There has never been a better time than now to come join the Bellisio Foods team. Bellisio has a new contract in place with plenty of awesome perks for their employees. From increased wages, access to the free health clinic, vacation after 6 months, and much more, Bellisio Foods is committed to putting their employees first. For more information or to apply, visit BellisioFoods.com/careers. Take advantage of these great new employee benefits and join the Bellisio team today. Visit BellisioFoods.com/careers to learn more.
And adults.
That's right. Well, happy morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here to start off your morning with a very special guest. We have our good friend and very, very talented friend, Kenny Valentine here, and we're going to talk about all things, well, all things.
All things.
We decided we were just going to talk about everything today, aren't we?
Yes. That sounds good to me.
Well, welcome to the show, and we're so happy to have you here. And if you didn't catch the show yesterday, John, our good friend John Boy, was on to talk about some of the featured entertainment at this year's Wellston Ohio Hill Country Festival. I got it right.
You got it.
And you will be playing tonight.
We're playing tonight. We go on at 7:45 with my band. We're scheduled to play 2 hours. We're excited about it. I'm lucky to get back because it's been a while since we played. I mean, we've had 2 gigs, but with the COVID and everything, how everything has gone, so it's just nice to hear some live entertainment. It's good that it's outside also.
I agree with you 100%. And, you know, this is a really good way to dip your toe into getting back out and about and you know, seeing some live music, but doing it in the safest manner possible. So that's a good thing.
Yes.
So, Kenny, if people don't know, you're a local guy, originally from this area. So
Yes.
tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from, I went to Jackson Elementary.
We had that discussion,
Jackson
didn't we?
Elementary, we already had that discussion and stuff. And I'm originally from Lee Hollow, off Limerick Road. All of my family went to Jackson High School. I graduated in 1973.
Okay.
I started playing music years ago with some friends of mine in high school, and I was also an athlete in high school. I played football, basketball, and track and field, but ended up playing football only for different reasons, but we won't go into that. But I stuck out football, but I gave up all the other things after a couple of years. And that's about it. I started playing music with some guys in high school years ago, and I'd like to give a shout out to them because a few of them are no longer with us. Charlie Ornder, for one, was the person that got me started playing music. Bob Milliken was another one who's from Wellston.
Okay.
Because the first band I played in years ago, I was 14 years old.
Really?
Yeah, we played 14 years old playing the bar and also playing high school, playing football for Jackson High School. So there were some issues there too. But I played with Wood Quilt, and it was, like I said, Ronnie Burton's no longer with us now. He was from Oak Hill. He was our drummer. Charlie Ornder's no longer with us. He was from Jackson. Bob Milliken was from Wellston. He was no longer with us. Bud Cosby's very ill at the time, at the present time. So the only one that's basically still kicking it out of the band are me and our Dave McPherson and I, and Dave owns Uncle Buck's.
Yeah, sure.
And Dave's with the Chris Kesey band, and he's also with the Blues Cowboys. So he and I are the only one that's still from that group that's still doing things now. So they were basically the ones I got started with, and then I also just transferred into Alias and Runner, and then I finally found my niche. And we used to play rock and roll, country, all kinds of different things. The Oak Hill. I've never played in Wellston before, with the exception of Central. Remember Central? Was it Central High School? Central Elementary? I know you're younger. But Central High School in Wellston, we used to play that with Wood Quilt years ago. And talking about some parties. But that's the only time I can ever remember playing Wellston other than tonight. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, here you are.
Here we are.
And it's going to be good.
It's going to be a lot of fun. You know,
Yes.
it's a different mix of things. And I see you have Simba tomorrow night.
Yeah, Simba's playing tomorrow.
Jordan. And Simba played, he plays all over. He's national and stuff like that. And he played the Brew Brothers at Soda Downs,
Yes.
and we played up there.
Cool.
So we'll be bringing some blues to you tonight. Covers, like I said, I have a whole new band that I'm playing with at the present time, and I have an excellent group of musicians, good guys, and we hope you come out and enjoy the music.
That's exactly right, and it's going to be so much fun. Now, I assume there is, and I'm not trying to be a boo bird here, but there is a little rain in the forecast. Is that going to keep you away?
No, as long as they got a cover. As long as
Okay.
they got a cover and there's no lightning, it doesn't keep us away. And
You're not that sweet, you won't melt?
No, we'll have a cover on us. I'm sweet now, but we might melt, so we'll have to.
I heard that about you.
We'll have to see how that goes. But no, we have. We're going to play our music and stuff, and I know they'll have. I know a friend of ours that Paul Pollard is the one that's doing the sound and stage
Love
and
Paul.
everything there.
Such
so
a
Paul
good
be
guy.
doing that, and he's ran sound for our band before, so he's familiar with us and stuff like that. So it'll be a good time.
Yeah. So at 14, this is hilarious. This is cracking me up. So I got to go back a little bit. So you're 14 years old. How in the heck did you get started in music? Was it just you met some people? And...
Well, I used to. I always sang, and my mother was the type of lady when we were growing up. One morning you may hear George Jones. The next morning you may hear Otis Redding. But it was her choice of music, whatever she put on in the morning before we left for school.
Pretty diverse.
She was very diverse. She always told me years ago if I would have sang country music and played baseball, I'd probably been rich and famous by now. And of course, I didn't like neither of the two, so that sort of threw me away from that thing.
She's probably right.
So it was basically, like I said, I spoke with my friends earlier. It was asking me at 14. They seen I could sing. I actually was kicked out of the choir. The church choir when I was younger by my cousins, who I won't mention any names because they told me that I could not sing at the time. So, long story short.
Who gets kicked out of the church choir?
I won't go into that. I got kicked out of the church choir by my brothers and my cousins because they told me I couldn't sing.
Aw.
So then I started high school and I met Dave and Charlie and, of course, my cousin Bud Cosby and they were forming a band. And they knew I could sing, and they asked me, so would you like to sing with the band? And I went and jammed with them one night, and the rest is history. And we played together for years. We
So
used
good.
to play everywhere around here. And, and I know if they were here today, they would be down there this evening.
And
No
they'd
doubt.
say, this guy can sing.
They would say, this guy can sing. Yeah. Because we had, they just a good group of guys. We had a good niche for things and stuff like that. But yeah, at 14, I was playing the bars and also playing football and basketball at Jackson High School.
I'm thinking that probably today that might be frowned upon.
Well,
Or maybe
it was
not. I don't know.
It was frowned upon then.
Was it?
But, the thing was, what they didn't know didn't hurt them, so to speak. And
It's like don't ask, don't tell kind of thing.
until the coaches put it together, they really didn't know what I was doing. But that was the only way I could make money.
Sure.
I wasn't working. My family wasn't rich in any way, in means, way, shape, or form. So, and that was my way of. And we were playing 3 and 4 nights a week.
Oh, wow.
At that point in time, we were playing every night. We'd play Friday night, but I would just go play after the games whenever
Gotcha.
I could. So that was the difference. So, and the 33 Club used to be a big place for us in Athens.
Okay.
The teen center in Oak Hill used to be a big spot.
Uh-huh.
A memorial building here in Jackson used to be a hot spot for us.
Really?
Oh yeah, we used to have music, entertainment. There was live entertainment everywhere at this point in time. When we were coming up, and it was usually our band most of the time because we had such a great following and stuff and things like that. And it was just really neat to go out and play. And I did rock and roll then, country, R&B. And then the next stage was Alias, which my sisters come into the band. And my younger sisters was the backup vocalist in the band and did some lead vocals. And Paul Hogue was in my band.
Yes.
I can't think. Crawford. I can't think of he was the. I can't think of his first name, but we had the horn sections and everything then, and we did all kinds of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Rufus, Earth, Wind and Fire, and and then it transferred to runner, and that's when a friend of mine who does a open stage in Chillicothe the first and third Wednesday of every week, Brian Joseph.
Okay.
And Brian's from Jackson. I played football in Jackson with Brian, and matter of fact, Brian was in a band with me. He was in runner. Brian, Bob Farley, Richard Lewis.
Yes.
All of us was in a band together, and we, it was just, I've been playing music ever since I was 14 years old. I'm 66 years old at the present. So.
No, you're 39, because we don't ever age past 39. We've decided.
I wish, but I've aged, but I like what I'm doing, and I enjoy music, and I enjoy the entertaining people, and I have a great group of guys I'm playing music with now, so we're looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you need to get out tonight and see Kenny and the band, and they're going to rock it out for you, and you're going to love it. So, is music your full-time gig, or do you have a real job, and this is like what you actually like to do?
No, I am a retired teacher.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've always liked to do that. Music has been my number one love, and I'm a retired teacher. Of course, I taught 30 years at Uniota High School.
At Uniota, okay, so you kind of live over in the Chillicothe area.
I live in Chillicothe.
Now.
I live in Chillicothe now. I've lived in Chillicothe for the past 15 years, and and I have.
What'd you teach over at Uniota?
I was a high school special needs teacher.
Oh, good for you.
That's how I connected with the Slater brothers, because
Fantastic.
all of us in the Slater brothers were teachers. That's how I found Mark Slater, who used to be the guitar player who got me in the Slater brothers, because we actually taught beside each other, right next door to each other for a year before I even knew he played the guitar.
Aha.
And just so happened we were coming back in from the outdoor activities with their class one day, and I had this one little girl could just sing. She could sing so pretty, and her and I were doing In Another's Eyes. It's a Garth Brooks, Trisha Yearwood song.
Yes.
And this little girl had a beautiful voice. She was in my class, but she wouldn't sing in front of anyone but me. I could not get her to sing in any of the talent shows at school or anything. Even though I told her I would sing with her, nope, she wouldn't do it. But in class, she was beautiful. And so we're singing, coming back in from outdoor activities one day, and Mark goes, "You sang?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I sang." And he goes, my brother and I play. And he said, "We're interested in getting a blues band together, rhythm and blues band together."
Cool.
And I said, so that was on a Wednesday, and that Friday night we were practicing, and 30 years later, I played music with Mark for almost 32 years. And
wow.
He just recently with COVID chose not to return.
Sure.
And my sax player of the band moved to St. Augustine, Florida. My previous drummer and bass player had other venues they went to, other things they went to in their life. So I basically had to reform. It was either stop playing or reform a band. So I happened to know some people, and so I contacted them, and they were like, "Yeah, let's do it." So
I love that. That's great. So speaking of the dreaded Rona that we all have come to hate, how has that affected your your music career over the past couple of years? We thought this was all going to be a couple of months, and here we are going into year number 3, really, if you think about it.
Our last gig, we did Park's Edge for New Year's Eve. We did Park's Edge.
So that would have been
2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we had 2 gigs. Matter of fact, it's that picture right there. That was us doing Park's Edge. And a friend, now that the guy on the left is Mark, my guitar player. He's no longer with us. And the guy behind us, the drummer there, was a really, really good friend of mine. He probably would have been my current drummer, but he lost his life to COVID.
You're kidding.
No. He passed away about.
Oh, I'm so
passed
sorry.
away about a year ago, and it's Daryl Jumper, great guy, great musician, and just send my prayers out to him and his family and stuff. But he was a good guy. But then we played Park's Edge, and then we had a couple more gigs after that, and then I got sick. I got sick with. I wasn't hospitalized, but I got sick with COVID And
so you're here to say that this stuff's real. It's not a made up something.
It's very real. It's not a made up. I've lost my drummer in the band, my friend, and I also lost my brother. And I've lost a bunch of friends and family to it. So
terribly sorry.
It's not. This isn't a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. And in order for us to do the things we love doing, we have to come on board and do the things we know that's right. And so then the COVID transferred into cancer, and I had major cancer surgery in July. So it's been and I have to give thanks to my wife Joanna, my high school sweetheart. If it hadn't been for her, I don't know if I would be here, because she basically told me, when times got really bad, put my big boy pants on and deal. And
suck it up, big guy.
And we're going to deal with it. And and without her, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know if I'd been here. But
well, we're happy you're here.
I'm happy I'm here too.
Yeah, that's a scary time.
It's a very scary time. It's the toughest thing I've ever went through in my life. And and I remember talking to Joe and her telling me after I was up on my feet again, she goes, because I was mentioning that I probably wouldn't go through it again. I'd probably just say, Lord, I don't want to do this. Take me. And she goes, the way you're feeling now, she said, well, that's pretty selfish. She said, with your boys and your grandkids and stuff like that. And I said, yeah. So you get to thinking about it. So when the band broke up, when we come back from COVID, so then everything was shut down. We had probably 6 weddings that were canceled.
Oh, yes.
Weddings were always good things for us too.
So disappointing for everybody involved, and just such a mess.
Everybody. But, it's, but I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. And I'm blessed to have these guys that decided to play music. And, I didn't want to go out that way. I didn't want to let COVID stop me from playing.
I love that.
And even though I never had my band, my old band, I knew enough guys around, and so I just made contact, and
here you
so
are.
I still have playing again, getting ready to do it again.
Well, we are so happy that you're back out and at it, and the outdoor venue. I mean, this is fantastic tonight. So, if you haven't, maybe been out and about, try to head out tonight to the Ohio Hill Country Festival.
Yeah, come on out and support everything. We haven't done anything for a while.
Yeah.
You got entertainment. I'm sure you got everything else that's happening down there, and just a chance to see friends that you haven't seen in a while.
Yep.
So it's
do the elbow bump. You don't have to,
the virtual distance and stuff and things like that, and let's just have a good time. Space yourself out and let's boogie.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So tell us a little bit about the concert tonight. What are people going to see?
People are going to hear my blues band. I have an outstanding band, 3-piece band, 5-piece band, keyboard player, bass player.
There you are.
Well, that's the old band.
That's the old band.
Yeah,
okay.
That's the old band. I'm currently updating a lot of things and stuff and all of those things, but that was the Slater Brothers. I'm currently with a new group of guys. I have Tom Martin on the bass, Nevada Hart on the guitar. I have Mike Newman on drums, and Tim Davis on keyboards. Hopefully Tim will be able to make it tonight, but there's a possibility he may not be able to because we're not getting any younger. And I know we're having some of us are having some health issues and stuff and things like that. So, but we're going to come out and do a lot of good blues. We have slow music. We have nice up-tempo music. We're going to do covers by a lot of different artists and stuff. And we're just going to have a good time. And we want you guys to have a good time.
Isn't that kind of what it's all about?
That's what it's all about.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah. If I can't, I wouldn't do this if I wouldn't have fun. It's like I said before, whether there's 5 people or 500 people, I'm going to have a good time.
That's
right.
That's
how I look at it.
And that's listen, life's too short. You're living proof of that. And, as we sit here and talk, let's just go out and do some fun stuff.
Have a good
Safely.
time. Be safe. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other more than anything. And that's what I like about the blues music and stuff. That's why I've always liked it. It brings people close together. And if you listen to a lot of the lyrics of the songs that I'll be singing tonight with the groove, you know, it tells a lot about life stories and stuff
Sure.
and things like that. And you know, we'll play tunes that you may not recognize, and then we'll play songs that you've recognized by older artists and stuff. But a lot of the things we play you probably won't recognize, but just sit back and listen to it and get in the groove, and let's have
Love
some
that.
fun tonight.
Yeah, just chill out. You know, my gosh, we all run around and freak out, and just take the opportunity to take a couple of hours and just chill.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Wellston, Ohio.
That's right.
We're on our way. We will be there
Love
tonight.
that. And what time is your show again?
We're scheduled to go on at 7:45.
Okay.
And I would like to thank John Pelletier, because he was the one called me and talked to me about scheduling that. And,
Yep.
You know, I've known John for many, many years and stuff and things like that. He was one of the old heads that used to play music years ago too. So, you know, and he's still around, and I know he's probably still playing the bass somewhere with some things. And so, you know, we're just looking forward. It's our first time there, and you know, we're going to do the best we can, just try to have a good time, and hope you enjoy our show.
That's right. There's plenty of fun stuff to eat. There's the let's see, this is Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
There's the hometown parade tonight, so you can check that out.
Okay.
Then you all will be playing after the parade. You know, there's just vendors and just fun stuff to do, and we haven't been able to do this for over a year now, so let's get out and
what
do
is it again?
The Ohio Hill Country Festival in Wellston,
I
Ohio.
had to put you on the spot. She got it correct.
Don't ask me again, because I can't do it again.
Okay.
But no. So what other gigs do you have coming up?
We're in the process of booking now, but our next gig, like I said, I'm just putting the band together.
Right.
So we're basically learning the material and stuff. But our next gig right at this point in time is scheduled. We're also doing the Halloween Festival in Chillicothe.
Yes.
And it's in the park. We're playing from 5:30 to 7:30 there on October the 9th.
Okay.
So, and then I'm in the process of booking things now. So you just have to, I'm in the process of updating the website and stuff. So just check out kennyvalentine.band. Hopefully we'll have some different pictures there soon and stuff of my new members, and it won't be a bunch of the old heads. But the only one you'll probably recognize tonight is me out of all the guys that's in the band. But they're an outstanding group of musicians. I love them to death, and I'm looking forward to this adventure we're going to go on together in the next few years.
You got it. Well, I'm looking forward to it for you, and best luck to you all. And just at the end of the day, thank you for doing what you're doing, because it's just allows people to have a good time.
That's what it's all about.
That's right. Is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers about before we let you go and practice and perform and all of that?
No, I just want to know, hopefully this has gotten through to everybody. Everybody knows about it. If you're not doing anything tonight, come on out and continue to support the
Ohio Hill Country Festival
for the rest of the week and stuff, and you know, make this something that happens every year. And hopefully, if we go down there and you enjoy us tonight, we'll be invited back. But like I said, whether or not, let's hope and pray for good weather. And I know it's going to be cool, which is pretty nice. And
I like that.
I do too.
It's time for a sweatshirt or two.
Well, we played a couple weeks ago. The first night we come back and started playing again, and it was like 92 degrees. We played from 6 to 7:30 that evening, and it was
get ya
smoking. But you know, we do our thing. So come on out, guys. Richard, Brian, if you're hearing me now, you know, all you guys, Donna Lyons, all the old heads here, Gary Crabtree, Danny Morrow, if you guys are out, come on out and check out the band tonight. You know, I think you'll be surprised, and say hey to me, and you know, let's have a good time and be safe doing it.
Love that. All right. Well, Kenny Valentine, folks. Yay. And the crowd goes wild.
Let's hope that tonight.
Yep. Come see him. All right, Kenny, we'll let you get out of here for the day. We thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it.
Of course. All right, let's head on over to our weather forecast, where there is a little bit of rain in that forecast today, but Kenny says it's not going to, because he says no. And if Kenny says no, when you play the blues, it's not going to rain.
No, we had we did the Winkfest in Chillicothe, 3,000 people.
Not gonna rain.
4 years ago. This is a true story. It rained the whole day. We get ready to set up. Of course, we're playing from 5 to 8. We get there to set up at 4:15. It stops raining. Now, the people that was setting the sound up, which was Paul and him in the rain, they were soaked. It stopped raining. We played our set. Took a 15, 20-minute break because we played 2 sets. We were there for 3 hours. Played another set. Not a drop of rain down. As soon as we get packed up,
here it came again.
Out, started pouring down again.
This guy, see?
I'm telling you. There's not going to be any rain tonight.
There's not going to be any rain. Kenny says so.
The rest of the week, but nothing tonight.
I love it. All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks, buddy. All right. So for today, it is partly cloudy, and we're not going to even mention the rain because Kenny says it's not going to happen. Highs today, really, really nice temperatures, around 76 degrees. For tomorrow, Thursday, mostly sunny, highs around 77, lows around 52 overnight. So getting a little cooler overnight. And then Friday, sunny skies with highs around 77 degrees. And honestly, looking through the weekend, looking very, very good. So we'll take it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Isn't he fun?
He is. He's
Yeah.
great. I saw him perform at that show at Park's Edge.
Yes.
New Year's Eve 2019.
And you will vouch that he can sing.
Yeah, he can sing, yes. And he does. I've seen it happen, heard it.
Don't know why anyone would say that guy can't sing. That is so crazy. He got kicked out of the church choir.
I mean, I'd probably get kicked out of a choir too, but for a different reason.
I just get kicked out of church, period.
Yeah. You wouldn't even make it to the choir.
It would explode if we walked in, but that's a whole other issue.
Hey, before we get on to anything else, while we're still talking about the
Ohio Hill Country Festival.
Let's go over the schedule for today.
Let's do it.
All right. So today is Hometown Day, presented by Milton Bank and Ohio Valley Bank. From 4 to 5:30 is a free lunch for senior citizens and veterans at the depot, sponsored by Grace Baptist Fellowship.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It is nice. At 5 p.m. is the 2019. That's not right. I think it's the 2021. So it's the official opening.
Oh, yeah.
The schedule says 2019. I don't think that. I think they forgot to change the date on it.
I think they did.
And that's sponsored by Jim Bottling. At 6:30 is the Hometown Parade.
Okay.
So that's the parade that has all the the more
local
stuff
in it.
Yeah. And so that is sponsored by People's Bank. And I think you can still, if you want to be in that parade, you can still sign up for it.
Okay.
And then at 7:15 are the opening ceremonies, which will include the crowning of the senior citizen royalty.
Oh, good.
And that is at the Hoser Pizza stage.
Yes.
And then at 7:45, Kenny Valentine Band.
Kenny Valentine
also
takes the stage.
At the Hoser Pizza stage.
So, yeah, and again, as John Boy said yesterday, they have moved the Ohio Hill Country Festival a little bit. It used to go all the way down Ohio Avenue and then kind of splinter off into the park. But now they've kind of just flipped everything over to where it's more toward the depot and the park. So, which is fantastic. So it's still in the general vicinity. Just it's Wellston. It's not like you're not going to get lost.
Yeah.
Just follow the people and the smells.
Yeah.
Follow the smell of the elephant ear.
The French fries.
Yes, and the French fries, and you'll be good to go.
Yep.
So, what is your favorite fair and festival food?
I probably have to go with the French fries too.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's the only time where you get to have that Windex bottle full of vinegar.
Listen, if they don't have the Windex bottle full of vinegar, then I'm out. I never did understand that, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it only goes on the very top.
Yeah. And have you ever been
anywhere else
that serves vinegar like that?
No.
I think
you're right.
I think you should, at Arch and Eddie's, you should consider putting liter spray bottles of vinegar on every table.
Well, it would be good. Then you could just clean your table with it too. You can disinfect and eat it all at the
Yeah.
same time. Hey, it works.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
No, that you are exactly right. The Windex bottle full of vinegar does crack me up. And it's like you could just sit there and spray for like an hour.
Yeah.
But
It's a little bit like squirting the movie theater butter on your popcorn.
yeah,
Like it's,
it just all sits on the top.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to really
Yeah.
be.
But then you like don't want to be that person that like in line to the theater that's like, excuse me, would you mind like putting a layer of popcorn and then some butter and then
And then
another
some
layer of
popcorn and
popcorn
then
and then
butter.
some yeah. And then the poor kid working there.
Right, like I don't get paid enough for
Yeah.
this. So I saw it on, because if it's on TikTok, it's real, right?
Apparently it's news to me.
Yeah. So I saw a hack for movie theater popcorn butter because sometimes they give you the popcorn and then the butter's like off to the side and you can like
Right.
serve yourself. So this girl took a straw and she put it down into the popcorn bucket and she squirted the butter down in it
Yeah.
and then pulled it out and
Yeah.
it disperses the butter. And I was like, that's actually kind of smart.
You know what else you could do?
What?
You could just take the lid off the butter machine and put the straw directly in the butter machine
You could.
and just go straight to the source.
I like it.
Just eliminate the popcorn from the
Just
equation
forget
altogether.
it. Just drink the butter.
Yeah.
I know. I would probably do that. I love butter. This like weird butter fetish, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, get out to the coal festival. I
The
have to
what
say
festival?
the Ohio Hill Country Festival. Brat! Don't you laugh at me. I haven't heard you say it today,
the Ohio Hill Country Festival,
Mr.
featuring
Smarty.
Mr. Simba Jordan, who will
That's
be here
tomorrow.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and he'll be here tomorrow.
He will be here tomorrow
to
morning.
chat with us.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. Yeah, I hope he looks like he's gonna whack somebody with that guitar. I hope he doesn't do that.
I don't think that's part of his act.
I don't think so either.
No.
He looks like he lifts some weights. I can tell you that. So we'll see. We'll ask him about that tomorrow.
Okay.
No, I have to say that I kind of like the so at the Apple Festival, hands down, two favorite things. Number one, the Molnar cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat those.
Mm-mm.
Number two, the deep fried pizza rolls.
Deep fried pizza rolls.
Yep,
Yeah.
hands down. And I will say the chicken and noodles from the church booth.
Yeah.
Those are good too.
I mean, obviously, don't forget the apple butter itself.
Well, and
That's
apple
the
butter,
star of the
yes.
show.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew until Kim Harless was here like a month or so ago.
Uh-huh.
I never knew that they put Red Hots in that.
Yeah, that's like you get the cinnamon flavor from that
Why don't you just put cinnamon in it? Had like I
because
no
it
idea.
also makes the color,
Yeah, okay.
the
Makes
red,
sense.
and
Yeah.
makes the apple butter red.
I just thought that was really interesting. Had no idea. I would have never in a million years thought that you did that.
Well, it's like two birds with one stone
Right.
with the red hots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
I
Just saying.
I mean, I've never made apple butter, but I would have done it wrong because I would have never thought to have.
You'd have been like,
Included that
why is
secret
my apple
ingredient."
butter not red and why
Yeah.
does it not taste like cinnamon?
I told you about our apple tree growing pears on it, right?
You did mention that.
So
That
Mom-
is hilarious.
So these pears were not particularly good to eat. They're very, very tart. But Mom, cut them up and boiled them and socked the sugar to them and made like, the pear version of apple butter.
Yeah. Oh, really?
That's pretty good.
I'll bet that would be good.
Yeah. It didn't have any Red Hots in it though.
Tell her she's messing up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like that red color is more appropriate for apples.
Yeah, for apples than
Yeah.
pears.
Yeah.
Maybe you put
Red
some green
pears.
something in it for
Yeah.
pears.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that sounds good. So did you like put it on like toast or what
Yeah.
did you? That's
Yeah.
so good.
You could eat it like applesauce, or you could put it on,
Yeah.
toast or biscuits or something like that.
There's an idea for you all to try out
if
there.
you have a pear tree in your backyard that you didn't know was a pear
that you
tree
thought was an apple tree
and just
not a pear
happened
tree.
to bear a whole bunch of pears this summer, that's what you can do with them.
I'm going to tell you, I don't know what happened with the weather or the planets or whatever this year, but they aligned evidently because, like, our apple tree at our house is, I think it's going to fall over with apples.
Oh, yeah?
Oh my gosh. Like, I've never seen so many apples.
The deer's getting to them.
So yeah, so as I've said here on the program, we have an understanding with the deer.
Deer, if you're watching.
If you're watching, they get halfway up the tree. We get the top half of the tree. And that's our understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can sit out on our back deck, though. They are so cute. And they just come right up to the tree, and they stand up on their back legs, and they get the apples. And they're very adorable. And but you can only have halfway up the tree, Mr. Deer, or Mrs. Deer.
Mr.
It's typically Mrs. Deer.
Yeah, the bucks, they tend to be a little more like reclusive.
They're elusive, yeah. For sure.
Yeah, the pear tree, we tied it up so the deer couldn't get to them all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't big enough
smart.
to share.
Yeah. Probably smart. Hiring here at Total Media, if you're looking for a job, hiring a media consultant, which means you will be working outside the office, meeting with clients and doing some sales stuff. Just doing advertising things, all of that fun stuff. So
now, while you will be, like that says, you'll be working primarily outside the office, but you will also be able to work inside our brand new office.
That's right.
That we're getting ready to move into over the next few weeks.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for change, or if you're looking for a job, and you have some good sales skills, people skills,
just people skills,
all of that. Yeah, all you have to do is have people skills. Drop off your resume to resume@yourtotalmedia.com, or you can mail it to Total Media, P.O. Box 667, Jackson. Or you can just drop your resume off in person here at the radio building.
Yep.
295 East Main.
And you can find all the details about this on the Total Media Facebook page.
There you go. So they are definitely hiring, and there's some perks that go along with that. So you can take advantage.
Yeah. Come work with us. We'll make you do this show once a month.
Yes. If you want to be part of this show, you're more than welcome.
Yep.
So there you go. Also, got this hot off the press this morning, and I'm looking to see when this is, just so I don't. The fax machine kind of half ate it. So,
well, I mean,
if you need help with income tax assistance, they're seeking local volunteers for the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Free Tax Preparation Program for this tax season. So if you kind of know, they'll give you in-depth training on preparing tax returns, stuff like that. And this is Ohio, the Ohio means jobs and all that. They're in Piketon. But you can visit www.workforcebusinessdevelopment.org for more information. But they'll give you some training so that you can help other people prepare their tax documents. So then you get free training on how to prepare tax documents. Nice. So if you want to participate in that, that's a good thing. You can also call Ashley Stewart, 740-289-2371, extension 7034. So there you go on that.
Awesome.
Yeah. So let's see. What else is going on? What the heck?
Well, we mentioned the move.
We did.
Zip printing is almost completely moved over to the new space now.
Yes.
The new space, if you're not aware, is the Stockmeister Plaza, which is the old Walmart building behind Burger King in Jackson.
Right.
So we're still on Main Street. It's just a different part of Main Street.
Yep. Behind Burger King. You can't miss it.
Yeah.
The old Walmart.
Yep. So the print shop is pretty much completely moved now.
Yes.
They're set up and getting back to, full go. They were kind of down for about a week or so.
Obviously. But so if people need zip printing, do they go, then they just drive out there, or?
Well, not quite yet. I mean, you can still keep coming to this building here, the radio building, for now.
Okay.
But that's not going to be the case for much longer.
Okay.
editorial and our like front office receptionist, they're all going to be moving probably this week or next week. So once that receptionist and those people move over to that new space, then we will start inviting customers to come into the new.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So they have someone to greet them and tell them where to go.
Yep.
Like in a good way, not in a bad way.
And then that will pretty much just leave us and Matt McKee and the
We're going to be like the lone soldiers of this ginormous building.
Yeah. So the move for the radio side of things is a lot more, kind of equipment and things like that that's going to have to go.
You're not kidding.
Right. So that's going to be a slower transition. But we will eventually be moving into a new studio.
That's
which is
right.
really exciting. It's going to be pretty and new and
and the good news is it will be on the first floor. So
no more stairs.
We've had a few guests that couldn't make it up here because of the stairs and that kind of thing, or just don't want to climb up the stairs, and I don't blame you. So it would be great that we can.
I don't know what I'm going to do for exercise anymore, though.
Well, maybe we can still keep our key to this building and
I guess
run up and down the steps for a while.
Yeah, come do like 10 flights of stairs real quick and go home.
But no, it's like things like I was talking with our friends from the Dog Pound and the Humane Society, and they're like, oh, because before it was very difficult for them to bring in, like maybe they have an adoptable dog or something that they would want to bring in or do a little program or something, and that's really hard to get those fellas up the stairs and down the stairs. So things like that we'll be able to do will be a lot nicer.
Yeah, it should be a really nice space, and we're very excited.
Yeah.
Me and Matt McKee were over there yesterday afternoon checking it out.
Oh, yeah?
Still, the radio area it's got a long ways to go, but it's exciting to see it.
Yeah. So we'll have a new set and hopefully do some cool stuff. Yeah. So we'll let you know.
Yeah,
How's that?
Yep.
That's a good thing.
Very exciting.
Yeah. So I found a story I thought was really cute.
Okay.
And so, sometimes the police have gotten taken down the road recently for this, that, or the other. And, but, so there was this happened actually in Wales, but I thought it was really funny. So there was a girl named Lydia, and she was on her way to her wedding last week. And so it was her and her parents had rented this like vintage car to like pull her into the wedding, like a really cool old vintage car. And everything went great for the first 5 miles. And then the car said, I'm thick. I don't want to go anymore.
Yeah.
So she said, here she is standing on the side of the road in her wedding dress, just freaking out because she's not going to make it to her wedding. And luckily, she said, I was worried I'd have to climb over the crash barrier and be left standing at the side of the road. But the great thing is that some police officers pulled up and found her and her parents, put them in the police car, offered to give them a lift, and they said when they saw it was a wedding car and offered us a lift, she said that was the first time in the whole day she'd had tears of relief. And
I thought you were going to say it was the first time she was thankful to be in the back of a police car.
Well, that could be too, depending on, her shenanigans in her life. But so the police gave her a lift to the wedding and even turned on the car's flashing lights and siren as they pulled up to the church. And so the police officer had asked her dad, how much of an entrance do you want to make? And he said, a big one. So they pulled on the sirens and everything. So you just have to think, oh, my God, there's those guests sitting inside. And they're like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
But they were not even late to the wedding.
Good.
Yep. And she said she wasn't late at all. They pulled up very quickly, got her in the car, and got her to her wedding. So, and the thing is, they'd had to delay their wedding twice because of the coronavirus. Right. So she's like, really, what else is going to happen?
This is what's going to happen today.
Here we go. Yeah. So anyway, I just thought that was really, really cute, and good for the police and good for those people for having a good sense of humor about it, because that could be a disaster.
Yeah. It's bad omen for their marriage.
Right. We've had to delay this twice, and now the car breaks down on the way to the wedding. Somebody's trying to tell me something.
Yep.
So, I don't know. But, oh, and the good news is, I know that you're really, really worried about this.
I am.
But I am going to give you some good news.
Okay. I'm waiting on it.
You can wear white after Labor Day because stylists are saying so.
Okay. They've changed. The researchers have changed their findings.
I know that was really a big concern to you.
Well, I'll tell you what is the concern to my dad. He saw an article online somewhere that says you're not supposed to grill hot dogs after Labor Day.
Oh, your dad would lose his mind over that.
And he is not.
I don't believe
He's not
that.
into that idea.
No way. That's just stupid. But yeah, no, one of the most well-known fashion rules out there is supposed to be that you don't wear white after Labor Day.
Right.
But it turns out that is an outdated and like archaic custom because they say basically that happened because back in the 1900, like early 1900, the Emily Post Institute implemented the rule of not wearing white after Labor Day because it was an age where there was a dress code for practically every occasion. And they said the reason why it was like Memorial Day to Labor Day, wealthy people would leave the cities and stay in their east side cottages or mountain cabins and wear lighter, whiter summer outfits so that they could stay cool.
Right.
So that's kind of where that whole Memorial Day to Labor Day thing came in.
Yeah.
So that's pretty outdated.
Yeah. But then 100 years of global warming happened, and it's still 95 degrees after Labor Day.
Yeah,
and you still need to be wearing those cooler clothing.
So the rule is a holdover from the leisure class. So now it's kind of like, come on.
Yeah. Like,
let's not do that. So they do say that a lot of people are dead set on following the rule, but what these, they interviewed a couple of fashion, like experts, if you will, and they just said basically now the trend is to mix and match, like as you go into fall, mix and match your summer outfits with your fall or winter outfits. So like maybe wear a tank top with some like slacks or something, or wear like some cute like dressier shorts, but you could put like a little blazer over top of it or something like that. And that's how you transition now into fall.
I thought as soon as September hit, we were all supposed to wear flannels, sweaters, and Ugg boots.
I mean, I'd be okay with that if it weren't 750 degrees outside. Because I am A-okay with sweaters, flannels, and Ugg boots, like, for the rest of my life. Yeah, and for all you out there that are trying to make Ugg boots not a thing, it's never going to not be a thing because they made them way too comfortable. Sorry, it's never going to end. I don't care who tries to shame people into not wearing Ugg boots. It's never going to happen. So there you go. They were like, in the dead of winter, obviously, and it's muddy out and gross. Like, if you're going to wear white, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But as if it's still warm and whatever, like, who cares?
Yeah. I went to a wedding this past weekend, Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And all the people in the, the wedding party all had on all white mostly.
Yeah.
And it took all of about, 5 minutes for the two little kids in their all white outfits to start wrestling in the grass.
I hope you got that on video.
Yeah, we got a little bit of them rolling around in the grass.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, kids, they're so fun. You looked so pretty. I mean, I hope they rolled around after the wedding and not before the wedding.
No, like as soon as they came out of the house, like they were instantly
done.
wrestling.
We were good for like an hour. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
So, I guess it was a Labor Day wedding, so they could wear white,
exactly.
right?
I suspect that that's maybe part of what made that style choice, but I don't know.
I don't know. But so there you go. You can, if you think about it, just start mixing and matching. So the things that you would wear during the summer, maybe
wear a white dress with your Ugg boots.
There you go, and a cardigan over top of it. You're good to go. You can transition right into fall.
All right, sounds good.
So, yeah, I don't know about anything else. I don't really have any.
I don't know about anything else either.
But I do know that the Ohio Hill Country Festival is going on right now in Wellston.
Yeah.
And you can get there today. You can have some great food. You can see the hometown parade. And then you can see Kenny Valentine and his band. And that is going to be
Should
fun.
be a lot of fun, yeah.
You know, and if you haven't checked out the Depot in Wellston, they have the art show there.
Oh, yeah.
It is so cool. It is such a neat venue.
I've never been inside of it
You
before.
haven't?
I've only seen it from the outside.
It's really cute.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job with it. And the outside of it's gorgeous. You know, it's got this, it's so neat because it's like all brick, but then like the surrounding area of it is like brick also. Like the walkways are brick.
Right.
So it's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like we should all be so lucky to have something like that around. But yeah, so it's really, really neat. So yeah, there you go in Wellston. Lots of stuff going on this weekend and this week. And there is a little chance of rain in the forecast, but it's not going to. Because Kenny said so.
Fingers crossed.
If Kenny said so, that's it.
I don't think it'll rain much. I'm being optimistic.
Wonder what the... So I will say, though, that Jamie and I we're in Columbus over the weekend. And Sunday... we took off and it started pouring and I kept looking at the weather and it said it had like sun across and it rained literally like 5 times on us. And I'm like,
yeah. Well,
what is happening
the
right
first
now?
weekend of the high school football games, I was at Oak Hill and I mean, all day the forecast was clear. And then I heard that Jackson had been postponed because of the bad weather in Ironton.
Yes.
So I checked the weather again to see it's still showing all clear. It is super hot that day.
I remember, yeah.
And then it starts getting cloudy. And I look at the weather again, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's going to rain. It's like,
how does it...
You're supposed to predict it before it happens. You're not supposed to just wait until it happens and then be like,
right.
Yeah, it's going to rain.
How do you not know this stuff?
It's like, come on.
So what it is saying weather-wise right now is from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. there's like a 50 chance of rain, and then after that it's showing all clear.
Yeah, and nothing happens until after then anyway.
Right. So let's keep our fingers crossed that that's what continues to happen and that, yeah, you're right. Like nothing really opens until 1 anyway, so there you go. But yeah, Kenny says it won't rain and I believe him.
Yep.
Are you going to join karaoke?
Yeah, I was just curious what song you were going to do.
Nothing.
Okay.
How about you?
I don't know. I thought maybe you and Jamie would do like, a duet or something.
No.
No? All right.
He actually can sing. He wouldn't do it in
He
public.
just won't do it?
No.
Okay.
He can actually sing. I can't.
Thought maybe you'd do Grease or something like that.
I did used to do Grease with, we used to go to this karaoke bar when we lived in Columbus with a bunch of friends. And one of our good friends, he passed away, unfortunately. But he and I always used to do Summer Love.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
See, I totally called that was going to be your karaoke song.
So, yeah, we used to do that a lot. But that was after a couple of
Adult beverages.
Yeah. It's funny. Dad used to play music when he was growing up too. Kind of like Kenny, same thing.
Yeah.
Like young and here they are playing the bars as young kids. And he always said that he's like, it was so amazing. Like the more you drank, the better you sounded. It was so good.
The better other people thought you sounded probably.
As long as everybody's drunk, we sound fantastic.
Yeah. You got more handsome as the night went on too.
Yep, the old Willie Nelson song. You ever heard that one?
No.
I went to bed at 2 with a 10 and woke up at 10 with a 2. Oopsie. It's so mean. Oh, shoot.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
I'll let you end the show, and I'll go over here and push the button.
Thanks, James. All right, but no, we do have some great guests lined up this week. We do have Simba Jordan in the studio tomorrow, and he's the one that will be performing tomorrow at the Ohio Hill Country Festival. And then Friday, I believe, is that when we have our friends from Holzer in?
Yes.
Yeah, our friends from Holzer will be in, and they are talking about, they have a drive-through flu clinic. Flu shot clinic, sorry, coming up this weekend. And so you can literally just stay in your car, drive up to the Holzer Clinic, drive through, get those flu shots, and keep on going. So super duper safe for you as well. So we'll let you know about that. All right, don't forget, weather does look good today. Little chance of rain earlier in the day, but it's not going to rain on Kenny and the parade tonight. It never rains on a parade. Never, never, never. And pretty good temperatures for the next few days, highs in the upper 70s. So we will be back here tomorrow with Simba Jordan and talk about this, that, and the other. And please get out to the Ohio Hill Country Festival tonight to... well, just see what there is and see Kenny perform. He's a great guy, and I think you'll really, really enjoy their act. So have a good day, everyone. We thank you so much for watching, and we'll be right back here tomorrow. Have a good day.